Welcome to Comfort TV, the channel news, bringing you verified and balanced news from Nigeria and around the world. I am Faith Kevin. Thank you for joining us again. In the headlines, Senator Orji Uzor Kalu says he does not mind becoming Nigeria's president at 78. Police arrest 12 suspects over the death of Arise News anchor. Ex-Governor Obi demands certificate verification of all political candidates ahead of 2027 polls. Ex-ASU President Osodeke says tuition hikes undermine student loan scheme. Avid urged Nigeria to address concerns over attacks on Christians. PalmPay named Consumer-Friendly Business of the Year 2025. On business news, Greenwich Merchants Bank achieves 50 billion naira capital requirement by CBN. SEC warns Nigerians of another popular Ponzi scheme. On the foreign scene, British and Indian Prime Ministers promote trade deal. EU Commission chief survives twin no confidence votes in European Parliament. Head on sports, Ekene Chukwani becomes provisionally cup-tied to Denmark. Super Eagles express optimism for World Cup qualification. Now the news. Former Abia State Governor and current Senate Majority Whip, Senator Orji Uzor Kalu has declared that he would have no objection to becoming Nigeria's president even at the age of 78. He made this statement while drawing a comparison with United States President Donald Trump. Speaking during an interview on Channel's television Politics Today, Senator Kalu emphasized that age should never be a barrier to leadership if the individual possesses the right experience, vision, and capacity to deliver. He explained that having served as a two-term governor, a federal lawmaker, and a key political figure for decades, he has accumulated enough political and administrative experience to steer the nation effectively. Senator Kalu noted that age does not determine a leader's ability to perform, citing Trump's political journey as an example of how mature leaders can still bring energy, wisdom, and strategic direction to governance. He stressed that competence and the ability to deliver results for the people should take precedence over age. The senator, who represents Abia North Senatorial District, also asserted that he remains the most influential and important politician from the Southeast region, dismissing suggestions that the Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, has overtaken him in political relevance. According to Senator Kalu, his long-standing contributions to national politics, as well as his influence within the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC), places him at the forefront of Southeast politics. However, when asked to speak extensively about Mr. Obi and his political influence, Senator Kalu declined, noting that he would prefer to engage in such discussions only if the former Anambra State Governor were present for the debate. Senator Kalu, known for his blunt political views and long-standing ambition for national leadership, reiterated his commitment to Nigeria's unity and development. He maintained that his political record, national connections, and practical understanding of governance makes him a strong candidate for future leadership opportunities whenever the time and circumstances align. Operatives of the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) Police Command have arrested 12 suspected armed robbers responsible for the robbery leading to the death of Arise News anchor Somtochukwu Christella Matwago and a security guard at Unique Apartments, Gishiri Village, Katampi District, Abuja. The arrest follows a directive from the FCT Commissioner of Police to identify and apprehend those behind the tragic incident, which occurred on September 29 about 3:30 a.m. The command said operatives of the Scorpion Squad, led by ACP Victor Godfrey, acting on actionable digital and reconstructive intelligence provided by Giga Forensics, a subsidiary of EIB Stratok, successfully tracked down and arrested the 12 suspects across multiple locations. According to the police, 4 of the suspects were first arrested after the victims' mobile phones were tracked to them. During interrogation, Hassan confessed to shooting the security guard when he attempted to stop the robbers from entering the apartment. Investigators said the suspects also confessed to selling some of the stolen property and sharing the proceeds, with each reportedly receiving 200,000 naira. Recovered items include one fabricated AK-47 rifle, 36 rounds of 9mm live ammunition, one locally made pistol, one pump-action gun, 2 live cartridges, 4 mobile phones belonging to the victims, 2 sharp knives, 1 cutlass, 9 torchlights used during the operation. The police further disclosed that on October 8, acting on another round of digital intelligence, operatives intercepted the remaining members of the gang while they were allegedly on their way to carry out another planned robbery in Maitama, Abuja. The police noted that the photos of the arrested suspects have been withheld to avoid jeopardizing the manhunt for other fleeing gang members. The 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, has urged relevant government agencies to begin a thorough verification and authentication of all academic and professional certificates of political candidates as Nigeria prepares for the 2027 general elections. In a post shared on his official X handle on Thursday, Mr. Obi reacted to the alleged certificate forgery scandal involving the recently resigned Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Mr. Uche Nnaji. He said Nigeria must not continue to tolerate dishonesty and criminality at the heart of its leadership. The former Anambra State governor expressed disappointment over the Independent National Electoral Commission's INEC's lack of diligence in verifying certificates submitted by candidates, warning that the recurrence of false claims and forged documents continues to weaken public trust and the credibility of elections. He commended Mr. Nnaji's resignation as an honorable step, recalling a similar case during President Muhammadu Buhari's tenure when then Minister of Finance Kemi Adeosun resigned over her NYSC certificate controversy. He further called for a comprehensive national review of qualification and background verification for all public office holders, noting that countries like Ghana have set strong examples by cross-checking educational claims of political aspirants before elections. Mr. Obi urged INEC to use the time before the next poll to investigate all pending forgery and false declaration complaints and to make candidates' educational records publicly accessible. The immediate past president of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, Professor Emmanuel Osodeke, has warned that the unregulated increase in tuition fees across Nigerian universities is worsening students' dropouts and discouraging admissions, especially among students from low-income families. He said the trend threatens the core objectives of the Student Loan Act, which was designed to promote equal access to tertiary education regardless of financial status. Speaking at the 2025 TED Fund National Town Hall meeting in Abuja, Professor Osodeke accused some vice-chancellors of exploiting the student loan scheme to justify arbitrary tuition hikes. He alleged that some institutions were collecting both the loan funds and tuition payments from students without refunding the excess. His comments follow The Guardian's exclusive report in which the Nigerian Education Loan Fund (NELFund) raised concerns over steep fee increases by some public institutions ranging from 20 to 521%. A document obtained from the fund titled Report on Framework to Mitigate the Impact of Increased Institutional Charges on Funds Operations revealed that the hikes, particularly in programs such as medicine, nursing and law, have imposed heavy financial pressure on students and strained NELFund's resources. The affected universities include the University of Ilesha, Osun State, Ekiti State University, University of Medical Sciences, Ondo, Edo State University, Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Oyo State, and David Umahi Federal University of Health Sciences, Ebonyi State. This development comes 6 months after the reports that 51 institutions were implicated in illegal deductions and exploitations of the loan scheme. In July, the paper also revealed that NELFund had rejected applicants from 10 institutions following tuition increases of up to 900%. Further findings showed that several schools have again raised their fees for the 2025-2026 academic session. The Federal University of Agriculture Abeokuta FUNAB increased charges by between 25 and 67%. The Federal University Oye-Ekiti Foye by 10 to 120%, and Kogi State Polytechnic by between 115 and over 1,000%. Professor Osodeke lamented that some universities now charge between 2 million naira and 3 million naira in school fees, leaving students with debts exceeding 30 million naira upon graduation. A coalition of American-based advocacy organizations has urged the Nigerian government to take seriously the growing international concern over reports of attacks on Christians in parts of the country, following recent comments by a United States senator who condemned what he described as targeted violence against Christian communities in Nigeria. The Coalition of American Veterans of Igbo Descent, AVID, working alongside ambassadors for self-determination and Rising Sun, made the appeal in a joint statement. Signed on their behalf by Dr. Sylvester Onya and made available to newsmen on Thursday. The groups were reacting to comments credited to the Nigerian government, who had dismissed allegations of widespread persecution as malicious narratives intended to discredit Nigeria. In recent weeks, several members of the U.S. Congress have expressed concern over the safety of Christians and other vulnerable groups in Nigeria. In Nigeria's northern and middle belt regions, some lawmakers have urged the U.S. State Department to redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern, CPC, for religious freedom violations, a label Nigeria held briefly in 2020 and being delisted the following year. The senator, whose statement sparked the recent exchange, had called for stronger international engagement to ensure that perpetrators of attacks on Christian communities are held accountable. The coalition said it welcomed the U.S. government's renewed attention to Nigeria's human rights situation, arguing that constructive international dialogue could help address long-standing grievances related to faith-based violence. The groups expressed hope that continued dialogue between Nigeria and its international allies would help advance peace and religious freedom across the country. PalmPay, Nigeria's leading digital banking platform, has been recognized with the prestigious Consumer-Friendly Business of the Year 2025 award at the Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency's LASCOPA Annual Consumer Service Week and Award Ceremony, held at Adeyemi Bero Hall, the Secretariat, Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos. The event, organized by the Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency, LASCOPA, celebrated businesses and organizations that demonstrate exceptional commitment to consumer rights, service excellence, and customer satisfaction. PalmPay's recognition underscores its dedication to delivering secure, reliable, and inclusive financial services to millions of Nigerians, with a focus on transparency, innovation, and customer centricity. PalmPay continues to empower consumers by offering secure transactions, fraud protection, convenient payment solutions, and exceptional customer support. Commenting on the award, Senior Regulatory Compliance Specialist at PalmPay, Opara Onyinyechi, expressed deep appreciation for the recognition, stating that the company was honored to receive the Consumer-Friendly Business of the Year award from LASCOPA. She noted that the award reaffirmed PalmPay's commitment to placing customers at the center of its operations. PalmPay offers a comprehensive range of products including mobile payments, savings, and microinsurance via its app and mobile money agent network. Since launching in Nigeria in 2019 under a mobile money operator license, the platform has grown to over 35 million app users and processes up to 15 million transactions daily. PalmPay has operations in Nigeria, Ghana, Tanzania, and Bangladesh. Many thanks for staying tuned. Comfort TV, the channel's news, returns shortly with business, foreign, and sports news. Welcome back. This is ComfortTV.channel news. On business news, Greenwich Merchant Bank has successfully met the 50 billion naira capital requirement as mandated by the Central Bank of Nigeria. With this, the bank's approval capital now exceeds the 50 billion naira regulatory requirement, thus cementing its position as one of Nigeria's most forward-looking banks. This milestone significantly enhances Greenwich's financial strength, enabling the bank to underwrite larger transactions, offer more competitive financing terms, and improve overall service delivery. In the years ahead, customers will benefit from increased access to bespoke banking and financing solutions, while investors can expect improved returns driven by expanded deal flow, enhanced market positioning, and long-term value creation. Greenwich said it will deploy the enhanced capital strategically to drive technological innovation, broaden product offering, and enhances brand positioning. Speaking on the achievement, Chairman of Greenwich Group, Kayode Falowo, said it's a significant milestone in the bank's growth journey and a strong testament to the resilience and commitment of everyone across the organization. Still on business, Nigeria's Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) has cautioned the public against investing with Afriquantum X, describing it as an unregistered and potentially fraudulent investment platform. The Commission said that anyone who invests or engages with the entity does so at their own risk, noting that its operations display characteristics commonly associated with Ponzi schemes. In a statement, the SEC said its attention had been drawn to the activities of Afriquantum X, which presents itself as an investment platform trading in cryptocurrency and stocks for Nigerian investors. According to the Commission, Afriquantum claims to have attracted $51 million, approximately about 76 billion naira, in investments and paid $452 million in dividends. The platform also claims to have 12,300 active users and 34,900 verified users. Meanwhile, the SEC said it has uncovered that Afriquantum X has been actively promoted on social media platforms and online forums, misleading unsuspecting Nigerians into believing it is a legitimate investment option. Now on to foreign news. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has met his British counterpart Keir Starmer in talks meant to deepen cooperation while promoting a trade deal between the countries. The talks in India's financial capital of Mumbai marked Prime Minister Starmer's first official trip to India since taking office earlier this year. The two-day visit that began Wednesday comes as the Indian government increases efforts to attract global investment for the nation's rapidly expanding economy. The Prime Minister said Thursday's meeting focused on pushing forward a trade agreement signed during Prime Minister Modi's visit to London in July and boosting cooperation in digital infrastructure, technology, defense, critical minerals, and education. Prime Minister Starmer is visiting India with the 125-member delegation that includes business, university, and culture sector leaders. He said the trip was about doubling down on the potential of the trade deal that would drive growth and jobs in both countries. The Prime Ministers also shared views on Indo-Pacific stability and discussed the war in Ukraine and developments in Gaza. Prime Minister Starmer hailed the first stage of a peace plan between Israel and Hamas, saying it brings profound relief, especially for hostages, families, and civilians who have suffered over the past 2 years. Still on the foreign scene, European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen survived a red double no-confidence vote in the European Parliament on Thursday, overcoming challenges from far-right and far-left lawmakers that aimed to unseat her. During the plenary sitting in Strasbourg, neither motion reached the two-thirds majority required to pass, or the minimum 361 votes in favor. The far-right motion saw 378 MEPs vote against it, 179 in support and 37 abstaining. The far-left motion recorded 383 votes against, 133 in favor, and 78 abstentions. The motion filed last month by the far-right Patriots for Europe group and the left wing, the left group, marked the first time two no-confidence motions were launched simultaneously in the parliament. Patriots leader Jordan Bardella criticized von der Leyen's U.S. and Mercosur trade deals, while left co-chair Manon Orji accused the Commission of inaction over Israel's action in Gaza. Centrist and moderate MEPs rallied behind von der Leyen during a plenary debate, warning that unseating her at this stage could further destabilize the European Union. This is von der Leyen's second defense against a no-confidence motion this year. In July, a far-right attempt failed with 175 votes in favor, 360 against, and 18 abstentions. Moving on to the world of sports, dual national forward Ekene Chukwani has become provisionally cap-tied to Scandinavian giants Denmark following his debut in a competitive fixture for the country's under-17 national team. Born in Bidor, Denmark to Nigerian parents, Chukwani remains eligible to represent Nigeria at international level. However, the Danish Football Association now hold the upper hand in securing his long-term allegiance. Should the AS Monaco starlet decide to switch to Nigeria in the future, FIFA approval will be required for a change of association. The talented forward started as Denmark edged Latvia 3-2 in a UEFA European Under-17 Championship qualifier earlier in the week, a match that provisionally cap-tied him to Denmark. In doing so, he followed in the footsteps of his older brother, Orji Chukwani, who is also provisionally cap-tied to Denmark. Prior to his competitive debut, Ekene has amassed 16 friendly appearances for Denmark's youth teams, scoring 5 goals. Last month, the Brøndby Academy graduate completed a record-breaking transfer to League One outfit AS Monaco, becoming the most expensive player ever sold from the Masterclass Academy. Chukwani was on target against Manchester City in the UEFA Youth League on October 1 and has featured once in the Champion National Under-19. He enjoyed the prolific 2024-2025 campaign, finishing as top scorer in the Danish Under-17 League with 28 goals. Still on sports, Super Eagles duo William Troost-Ekong and Calvin Bassey have urged the team to remain calm and composed as Nigeria prepares for a must-win 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier against Lesotho today at the Peter Mokaba Stadium in Polokwane, Limpopo, South Africa. The Super Eagles currently sit third in Group C with 11 points, trailing leaders Benin Republic and second place South Africa by 3 points. With just 2 matches remaining in the qualifiers, Nigeria must secure maximum points against Lesotho to keep their qualification hopes alive. Speaking ahead of the game, Captain Troost-Ekong stressed the team's determination and unity as they look to revive their camp. Also speaking, Fulham defender Calvin Bassey urged calmness and composure among the players as they prepare for what could be a decisive fixture in their qualification journey. Nigeria will be aiming for victory in Polokwane to strengthen their chances of reaching the 2026 World Cup, while hoping that Benin and South Africa drop points in their respective games against Rwanda and Zimbabwe. And that's our news bulletin. But before we go, here is a recap of our top stories. Senator Orji Uzor Kalu says he does not mind becoming Nigeria's president at 78. The police arrest 12 suspects over deaths of Arise news anchor. Ex-Governor Obi demands certificate verification of all political candidates ahead of 2027 polls. Ex-ASU President Osodeke says tuition hikes undermine student loan scheme. Avid urged Nigeria to address concerns over attacks on Christians. PalmPay named Consumer-Friendly Business of the Year. On business news, Greenwich Merchant Bank achieves 50 billion naira's capital requirement by the CBN. And on the foreign scene, British and Indian Prime Ministers promote trade deal. On sports, Ekene Chukwani becomes provisionally cap-tied to Denmark. Thanks for watching. For breaking news, exclusive interviews and more, follow us online at ComfortTV.channel on all platforms. Remember to like and share our videos, subscribe to our channel, and click on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any updates. I am Faith Kevin. Until next time, stay informed, stay connected.